I've been vegetarian for quite a while now. There are occasional times when I'm on the road or I'm traveling where I'll eat meat, but I do try to stay away from it. Not because I don't like the taste, which I do. It's more that the thought of it sort of grosses me out when I think of where it's coming from. But I've always drank milk, eaten honey, lots of eggs, and certainly tons of cheese, which is one of my favorites. And it never occurred to me that that could be cruel in any way. Ever since I can remember, my mom has always said, treat others as you would want to be treated. So I've tried to do that as much as possible, but I think I only thought about it in terms of other humans. I never thought about it in terms of animals and other living beings. And now as I'm looking into being vegan, I'm realizing all the different ways that animals are treated so that we can have food, so we can have things to wear, or even musical instruments to play. Would I want to be inseminated and pregnant and pumped with hormones my entire life just to produce milk for someone else's kid? No. Well, that's what cows do for us. I also would not want to have all my hair shaved off as soon as it got nice and long, which is what happens to sheep. Although that did happen to me once.
I'm a little self-conscious when people haven't seen me when I'm bald. Like when my roommate's boyfriend came over, I was like, he walked in the door, I was like, oh hi, because I was like, I didn't want to freak him out because I feel like I look like an alien.
And while for me it was vanity, for sheep it's actually a matter of life and death, because many times they will shear the sheep before it gets warm out. So a lot of the sheep will die from being too cold. And while I think back to what my mom used to tell me, I think about the idea of having my little kids ripped away from me and sold as fresh meat, which is what happens with veal. If you have ever heard the sound of a cow crying and moaning when her baby calf is taken away from her, as I have, it is a sound you will never forget. Basically what it boils down to is I would never want to end up as an entree on someone's plate. And I can no longer ignore the fact that these animals are being killed by the billions in a really cruel way. And what I'm learning is that a plant-based diet can be just as delicious and even more healthy than a meat-based diet.